I chose to do my oral presentation on A Game of Thrones and why you should watch it. So, are you becoming dissatisfied or bored with the same predictable TV shows that you watch with no real surprise to the plot? Clearly, these shows may appeal for a short period of time, but after predicting the entire episode week after week, you may need more of a challenge. A Game of Thrones, which is an HBO medieval fantasy series that is based on George R.R. Martin's book series, A Song of Ice and Fire, is not only a book, but a show definitely worth watching. I'm going to convince you why you should watch A Game of Thrones, backing my opinion up with evidence and facts. A Game of Thrones demonstrates great depth and character with a complex but stimulating storyline. Every single episode, you will ask yourself, what is going to happen next? Just waiting on the edge of your seat for some unexpected event to occur and leave you in a complete shock. I'm going to give you a brief description of a few characters that I like and dislike and why. You will have to watch to find out more. It is hard to point out just one or two characters that I really like in the show. All the characters do such a great job of acting their parts. One of the characters who I really like is Daenerys Stormborn, who is a beautiful young woman and belongs to the Targaryen dynasty. She's very fearful of her brother Viserys for understandable reasons. Her arranged marriage to the head Dothraki, Khal Drogo, was a turning point for her life for various reasons. She was not too keen on the marriage at the beginning until she fell in love. I also really like Tyrion, belonging to the Lannister house. His father, Tywin Lannister, is the richest man in the Seven Kingdoms. I find Tyrion's sarcastic humor amusing. He's also very intelligent, and that goes hand in hand with him being a dwarf. The character who I despise so far in the show is Joffrey Baratheon. He is king on the Iron Throne after King Robert Baratheon passed away. Joffrey is a cruel and demanding young man with no experience ruling because he is so young. As much as I dislike who this character plays, he does a great job, and sometimes I find myself amused at some of his remarks or awful decisions. There are so many more characters I could go into who I really like, but since I know you will be watching it soon enough, I do not want to spoil any secrets or shocking events that you will see for yourself. Ladies, this one's for you. An image of Khal Drogo. One reason for you to watch it. Since ABC's popular series Lost, A Game of Thrones is becoming the most intense adult TV show on HBO. Let's just say Thrones may not be for the whole family. There's enough explicit material shown in the show, which is not the typical fantasy series, but is more relative to real life. Fortunately, magic is used or shown very little in the show, making it more realistic. The plot, or should I say plots, are rather complicated and intense. There are 7 different kingdoms in Westeros, that is the continent of the known world, and the 4 major households in the first and second season are Lannisters, Starks, Targaryens, and Baratheons. The title says it all. A Game of Thrones is really what the show is. All 4 households' main objective is to gain power of the throne. They want to rule all of Westeros and are willing to put no limits to their battles. Executive producer Benioff says Martin populated his world with characters who seemed eminently human. That is a rather true statement. The show focuses on power and not stopping until they get what they want. You never know who's going to survive the show. I found myself getting to know and like a character more and more every week to see them get killed within episodes of them coming into the story. There's a lot of action weaved in with the meaningful dialogue in the show, which makes the show exciting. This makes you curious as to what household is going to fight next. I think you would very much enjoy watching A Game of Thrones. Reading the book may also appeal to you, if you are a reader. There's never an episode that you can predict, and you will always be looking forward to the next episode. Although extremely gruesome at scenes, A Game of Thrones is the TV show you will not want to miss out on. In my opinion, and in many others, it is the best on HBO right now. It is interesting to see what people will do when playing The Game of Thrones. Who will end up winning in the end? It is not all fun and games.